Welcome to the show with the eternal Sith. Every visit banger, best believe he don't miss. Do me a favor, drop a sub and keep tuning in. If you like what you see, go and share with your friends.
We chilling. Bro, there's so much feedback on your end.
Are y'all ready for the game? Are y'all ready?
Bro, I can't even. I love you so much.
I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Come on, man, fix it. Oh, shoot. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. It is your boy, Dr. Eternal, and
Hater.
How y'all doing today on this season finale, episode 8? We made it. Who would have ever thought? What do you think, Dupree? You excited?
You know what's funny is like, yeah, no. I'm gonna be real.
Elaborate.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I just have a weird feeling. Like, it's gonna be a good ending, but I'm just being real. After the season finale of Mando season 3, I'm kind of just like, unless they blow me away, like wow me or something, then I'm just like, okay, it'll be cool, but I don't think great.
Okay, that's valid. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that for me, I know, like I talked about it today in a video, and then also too, I talked about it in my prediction video. Like, I think that there's a lot that they still need to answer. Like, I'm really worried about Balin, bro. Like, to me, that's the biggest worry and concern, because we know that Ray Stevenson passed away, but like, does his story continue? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that I honestly, I think whatever they're gonna do, it's gonna continue. But who knows what's gonna happen with his story? Because I don't think he's gonna die in this, because they built up his story and the intrigue of like why he's doing what he's doing so huge, and like I know we're not gonna get any payoff. So whatever happens in the next season or the movie or whatever, it's gonna be I don't know. It's well, I think we're just gonna be like keep telling everybody. I'm like, it's gonna be an Empire Strikes Back ending where we're just like left with more questions. Like, wait, what? Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, and that's my thing, is just like I don't want that to happen, because then that's just gonna take away from the show. And I just feel like, to be honest, you know, we saw Shin kind of leave, and now she's kind of on her own. She's a lost puppy. You saw that in the last episode when AHSOKA like literally is like putting her hand out. She's a lost puppy. Like, that's what it is. That's just facts. And, you know, now we have Ezra, we have AHSOKA, Sabine. There's like so much to worry about and tackle. I just don't know if it even gets done. Even like, what are they going to do after this? Like, are we getting a season 2 of AHSOKA? Is this going to continue into the Mandalorian? Like, we know Thrawn is the next big thing. He's coming back to the, you know, the main galaxy that we've all come to know and love. You know, does Mando get himself involved? I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think in the comment section? I mean, what do you want to see come out of all this, Darth Hater?
I mean, I know, like how you were saying, you think it's going to go into a movie, and I'm hoping it goes into another show so we get more explanation before the movie. But like, I'm gonna be real. I already know what happens. Like, little birdie told me everything, so I'm just like,
Right.
I said I'm excited and not really at the same time.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I think with knowing like that ending, I think the exciting thing is like it's gonna be cool to see, you know, what they do more with the Night Sisters. Like, I'm really invested to see how much more they're gonna do with that. I really like the Night Sisters kind of aspect, how they brought them in, how like darker it makes the series, because it's funny. One of the things I thought about, I don't know if you thought about this too, is like a lot of people have gotten upset about the show in a sense of like kind of the direction that it's gone, right? Or in a sense of the tone. And, you know, you have your moments that is kind of like cheesy and corny, and then you have your moments where it's like dark and it's like kind of like weird. But it's like, think about it, right? When you watch Rebels, like when you see like Ezra hugging Ahsoka, or Sabine and Ezra having like this like moment of like they're kind of joking around. That's Star Wars Rebels. Like that's what it was. So it's like you can't even be mad at the tone that it's brought to the table with this show. It's just more about the simple fact is like, what are they gonna do with like that's to me. If I'm gonna be upset about anything, it's really about Sabine because I don't want her to be force sensitive, but I know that's the route that they're going. I think that's the biggest takeaway for me, and what they're gonna do with Ray Stevens' Balin.
Yeah, like I told you before, I just, and we've talked about it, where I'm just like, it doesn't feel like a Sabine from the show at all. And it feels like more of like a new character. Like this is not Sabine that I know. Ezra, like I kind of feels like Ezra, sort of, like just not as like Kitty. Ahsoka, it's Ahsoka, but you can tell it's like, okay, it's some years later and she's been through some stuff, but it's like I want to know what she's been through to make her like this. Like she doesn't want to train Grogu, then she wants to train Sabine all of a sudden, but then doesn't, and then does again. So it's like, I want it to make sense. Like I'm trying to put my faith in like Filoni's like writing and everything about that it's gonna fill in the gaps, which I know he will somehow, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense for me right now. And the Sabine thing is just the major one. Like I just don't know why all of a sudden she's force sensitive or whatever now, or she can use the force, or she's being trained like a Jedi when she was just a normal character before. But I don't know. We'll see. Sorry guys. Also, I need out right now. Product placement.
You're good. No, I agree with you. And I think that to me that's the biggest takeaway. I think that is everything that's gone on. I think Thrawn has been great. I think he's really cool. Like I said, I think Thrawn has been great. I've really come to love, and it's that always happens when the actor dies. They are so loved. Like, Ray Stevens' Balin is such an amazing character. Like, I love his storyline. I just don't like I'm just hoping that they finally answer. Or this is what I was thinking too. Maybe potentially what they end up doing is maybe Shin is kind of like Balin's like spy. Like she's the one who's gonna go in and do whatever it is Balin would have done anyway. So it could just be that too. Like I don't know.
I don't know, bro. Like I said, like this show's gonna leave us like questioning and just being like, wait, what? Like, it's gonna ask more questions than it's gonna answer.
Yeah, and that's the part that I think I'm scared of, because I know the episode is not gonna get. It's just I know it's not gonna answer everything that we want, and that's the part that is really sucky. It really does suck, and I don't know. Gray Jedi says Shin for the light side.
We'll see.
That's all we really can do. I mean, but overall, like I said, for me, I'm hoping. I mean, they gave us a runtime of I think 43 to 45 minutes, and that's without the credits. What'd you think about that when you heard it?
I just hope things are tied up, and I'm wondering if we're gonna get a after credit scene, because we didn't get one for Kenobi because it's supposed to be limited. We didn't get one. We did get one from Mando, I think, for this past season. I don't know if it was before the credits or after, where Mando's sitting on his porch with Grogu. What do you think? You think we get an after credit scene?
I was thinking about that. I think if we do, to be honest with you, because remember the next thing after this was Skeleton Crew, and Skeleton Crew, I think is the same time as this. So I just think it's a different story in the galaxy.
Oh yeah. When are we supposed to be getting that? Is it like delayed or anything?
So it ended up being that it was supposed to come out later this year. It's supposed to come out in November, which is next month. But because of the writer's strike and everything, I think, I know they kind of some things came to an agreement, but for that in particular, I don't know that. Like I said, November was the date, but they had talked about that it's delayed, so it might be sometime next year, along with the Acolyte. Again, not much is known. They haven't really said anything and given us any updates on Skeleton Crew, but we know Skeleton Crew is ready to come out because it was slated to come out in November. So I don't know.
Honestly, being real, after all the production woes with the Acolyte, I'm kind of just not really. It's not as hype as for me anymore. Like I'm kind of just like whatever.
Whatever for what?
For the Acolyte.
I mean, I think the Acolyte is still gonna be dope. I mean, I just saw the leaked trailer again yesterday. I mean, we saw that Celebration, but they put it out yesterday again. I think it looks great. I think it's gonna be a really good show. The only problem that I think is gonna have is like, where's Plagueis? Because Plagueis is alive at this time, and the fact that they're gonna be talking about Sith or dark, characters. He needs to be a part of this, and that's the part where I have that is canon that they're gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna mess up on.
Yeah, but also there was stuff with the director, like with the comments she was making and everything, and then they like supposedly fired her, let her go, or so I'm just like, what's happening? Like, how is this gonna affect the show? Because the track record is if there's something happening behind the scenes with the director. It's gonna show in the show. Like it's gonna be like, okay, this is where things hit the fan, and they changed directors or whatever. I mean, they did that with Rogue One. Like everybody thinks Gareth Edwards directed all of Rogue One or most of it. He didn't. It was actually Tony Gilroy. So that's why you get like a stark contrast in like the tones and everything.
Right. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Tatiana says, I think the 48 minutes of the last episode should have been an hour long minimum to give a well-rounded conclusion. I'm sad that the finale is tonight. I've loved it so far. Yeah.
The funny thing is like there's still a lot of people that don't like the show, and I'm like, how do you? I mean, it's not a bad show, so I don't get when people say that.
I mean, I just think that, you know what, bro, to be honest with you, 100% to keep it a buck, I think people are always going to have some sort of an issue with everything that we get from now on. Like, I think that, if you think about it, right, even with Andor, like, even though everybody was like, you had a lot of people that liked it, right? There was people that still didn't like it. Like, I didn't like it, but I mean, the difference with me and certain other, I guess you could say, people in the community, they voice their opinions and they really like put that narrative like the show really sucks. Like, so it's like there's a difference. And I think that you just have to take it with a grain of salt, whatever we got. You put it out there, whatever, but it's like the fandom is always fighting. It's always going to be fighting. At this point, I don't think you could really I don't think anybody will ever really be happy, because even if it's the Star Wars that we've come to know and love, look at it when it was with George Lucas, bro. I mean, when he did the prequel trilogy, there was a problem with it. There's always, listen, put it to you like this. Whenever there's something to be said or had, it will be said and had. And people are always going to have a problem with something.
Yeah, but the thing I'll say about Andor, and I was kind of along the same, I was kind of feeling the same with you. And a lot of these series are bingeable. Like it's like it makes more sense, and it's not as bad as you would think it is. Like when you watch it week to week, and you just have to wait for weeks to figure out what the show's about. I went back and watched Andor from the beginning to end, and you know what? It's not as bad or it's not as boring as like you would think. It's just you have to binge it straight up versus like some of these shows that keep you entertained every week, and it's like, all right, you can watch it week to week. So I guarantee you, watch it now, which I know you're not gonna do. It probably wouldn't be as bad for you.
I tried watching a little bit of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw the first episode and I was done.
You're already just like, ain't no lightsabers, no force. I'm tired of these characters, and I'm
good. Basically, Grey Jedi says, didn't have a problem with Tales of the Jedi, not one single complaint. Well, I mean, that's kind of like Clone Wars 2.0. It's like the same, what do you call that, animation. I'm not going to have a problem with Clone Wars. And I mean, it was great. I mean, you're talking about characters that are, very well established, that we've come to know and love. And, you know, I just think a show like Andor to me just doesn't make sense. I think it's my opinion, it's a waste of time. I don't think we need to talk about Andor. Like, whatever, you know, we saw what happened with Rogue One. Okay, it served its purpose. I just think that they're spending their money stupid and not wisely. I think it tells a great story. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I know there's people gonna watch this and be like, "How could you?" Again, to each their own. But again, it told a very compelling story. But just overall, it lacked. I don't know. For me, it just lacked a lot of action. Like it just was very dull. It was a lot of dialogue, and it's just like too much talking. And like, bro, just get to the fighting. Like, have a space scene or like lightsaber. I don't know, just something. And that show just, I think there was, I think the coolest thing for me was seeing Star Killer's like outfit, and then seeing what's his name, oh my god, um what's his name? Cassian Andor, the guy that was helping him. Oh, Luthen. His ship, his freaking shuttle was dope. That was it.
Yeah, but like, you know, they have to cater to everybody, you know, like they have the kid shows for kids that we don't like, and they have to have the more adult grounded stuff for the people that like intrigue and everything. Star Wars is so big now. They're trying to do like with Marvel. Like Marvel, you know, has, you know, shows that are on movies for like catered to kids, like how they did with Miss Marvel, and then they have stuff that caters to women, and then, you know, people over here and people over here, and then hell, they even had like the Halloween episodes with the black and white werewolf thing. Like they have to, it's so big they have to cater to everybody. So it's like not everything that they throw out there is gonna be for you or me. You know, it's just how things are now. It's too big to be for everybody, you know.
I agree with that. I definitely, you know, I think that's something that we've talked about before. And, you know, like you said, you know, at the end of the day, it's, you know, you have to have something for everybody. But I just think that, you know, and it's funny because, you know, you have movies like you see like that are coming out. I don't know if you got to see the trailer for, it's called The Creator. And then you see that Rebel Moon from Zack Snyder, who's supposed to do a star. Like that looks cool. Like to me, that looks dope. But when I start seeing things like Andor, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like it's gonna get to season 2. Season 2's done or almost done. And what they've been saying about that is it's gonna hit the ground running.
Ask me if I'm gonna watch it.
The meat and potatoes of the rebellion. So hopefully from there, that's where it's like, all right, that's the ramp up. So like Rogue One that we all needed, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love how.
What'd you say?
I said, hello, it just bummed you out talking about Andor.
You know, bro, Andor just doesn't do it for me in every way. Like, it just doesn't, my guy. Like, bro, I can't, bro. I really can't. Like, I can't do it. Like, Andor to me is like, I don't know. It just gets me, I don't know. It gets me out of my Star Wars feels.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's not really. It's just normal Star Wars. It's just, you know, no. This is the Star Wars everybody says they wanted, with no cameos and everything, and you know, like a day in the life of normal people. And it's like, at the end of the day, like not everybody wants to see just normal people in Star Wars, like that have nothing to do with like the bigger part of the galaxy. I get it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, that's why I'm hoping, like, you know, like, that's why I don't understand when people say, like, oh, like, you know, like you said before, right? Like, what, like, how everybody's, like, kind of hating on Ahsoka and stuff like that. And it's crazy because the viewership is down. Like, I saw the ratings for it. I don't know if you got to see it, but they are pretty down. And I just think overall, I think everybody was expecting something different, which I don't know what that difference is. I mean, the only thing I could say is, like, yeah, the whole Sabine thing to me has thrown me off. But other than that, I mean, I think the show has lived up to what it is. I mean, I think that Rosario Dawson has done the job that she's done. I think this new guy, if there's anything that I learned with the new guy that is portraying Ezra, because it was supposed to be the other Space Aladdin, but is that he's a good actor and he does a good job. And, you know, that Ezra stays true to who Ezra is. You know, he kind of mirrors that of, like you said, I think last week when we were talking about it, he mirrors that of his master, Kanan Jarrus. You know, you see he's really at one with the Force, and he's utilizing that those skills, right? The Force abilities that he has. And you know, seeing Shin and Balin, it really mirrors that of the Clone Wars of having, you know, a master and apprentice. It's cool. It still has that touch of that. And that's why it's like, to me now, like seeing kind of Shin go on her own, and he's like trying to look for the, he's still embedded in this, like he wants to change the cycle and all this stuff. Like, what is he going to change? Because again, like we know everything that's canon, and we already have the sequel trilogy. So what is it that he brings to light? Like, what is it that is going to be so like game changer that we've never seen before? Because that's, to me, the biggest question. Is just like, what are you looking for that we haven't seen already, or that isn't out in the canon that is now? That's, to me, the biggest question. I mean, I don't know. What do you necessarily think, and what do you think that it is that Balin is necessarily looking for? Is he looking for the Skywalkers? Is he looking for Ben? I mean, but either way, whatever he's looking for is on Peridea. It's in this galaxy, which we know nothing of from what we have now that's canon in the sequels has anything to do with that. So, I mean, what do you think he's necessary? Because that's the big question. What is this man looking for?
I don't know, and they're not going to answer that in this. That's all I can tell you.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Grey Jedi is like Abeloth. I don't know. You really think that though? The whole Abeloth thing? I talked about it, but I don't know. What do you think?
I'm being like, they might touch on something about Abeloth or whatever, but it's like I said, anything from the EU that we know that's crazy is not going to be what you think when we get it, and like if or when we get it in live action. Like I told you, like if and when they ever decide to put Starkiller in live action, it's not going to be Starkiller from the books or games that we all know. It's not going to be dude snatching down Star Destroyers. It's not going to be dude like disintegrating people with the Force. It's not going to be that crazy.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Maybe it's Snoke.
Hey, we still have to. All roads lead to Snoke and the Emperor somehow. We still have to figure that all out.
Yeah. But overall, like, what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen, like going forward? Like, what do you want to see go down overall?
I'm more interested in about the Night Sisters, and what they're gonna do, with the the cargo and the whole plan for that later on. And then Thrawn's bigger plan when he gets back to the galaxy, because I think the Night Sisters and the cargo, I think that's all just a deal. Like, I think that's not his means to the end. I think when back, he's going to do what he needs to do, which is going to be something separate, and then the Night Sisters is going to be a whole other separate thing for other people to handle. Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be cool with the cargo, with the whole thing with the Night Sisters, and if they do go back to Dathomir, that's gonna be freaking insane, bro. That would be so dope if they go to Dathomir. What do you think the chances are of that?
That's like a given, but I think it's not gonna. They're not gonna show that in this. Like, we're not getting Dathomir in this season.
So you think they're gonna do a season 2 of Ahsoka, or you think this leads into Mando? I think that's the other big question.
Yeah, it's either gonna lead in. It's either we get a season 2, which now because of the ratings and what they said before is like kind of iffy, or this is gonna bleed into like season 4, or just goes into the movie whenever that happens.
That makes sense. I mean, I'm hoping that they don't do a season 2, to be honest with you. And I don't mind them doing a season 4 of Mando, do Skeleton Crew, and then after that, do the movie, because I think that makes more sense. And now that everything has been so delayed, I think that would make more of a sense of a route to go that direction of just kind of like, all right, we're done with Ahsoka, incorporate it into Mando, and then do the movie, and then that's it. Well, Skeleton Crew, and then do the movie, because they also got to remember, like, these kids and Jude Law's character, I think, are going to be another aspect of everything that's going to be going on, because we know there's going to be a big fight with Thrawn and the resurrected stormtroopers or the night troopers, shall I say. So I wouldn't be surprised they're going to need an assist. Like, also too, like, bro, I mean, I know I've talked about it with you, I've said it, but like, what are your honest opinions and thoughts about Jason Syndulla and how he fits in this whole equation? Like, what are they going to do with his character? Because he can't just die off. Like, bro, they got to utilize him for more. And what does everybody think in the comment section about Jason Sindula? Because I'm pretty sure they didn't introduce him for nothing.
Yeah. I like I said, I don't think they're going to do anything with him more than they've been doing in this series right now with him. Later down the line, and whatever happens, like going forward with like what other series and the movies or whatever, we'll get our answer there. But like I said, I'm not expecting too much for this episode when it comes to him.
Okay. Let me read the comments here. Hold on. Great to see Papa Smurf back in Star Wars. Hey, let's go, guy. And then the other one is they are doing a season 2 of Ahsoka. The only question is, what about Balin? I mean, right now they haven't really confirmed the season 2. I mean, do you know anything about it?
Like I said, it's iffy, and it was depending on the numbers. So the numbers aren't really looking too good. So like I said, it's kind of iffy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you, because I think everything is to be honest, my opinion, I think with everything being so delayed, I just don't think we get that. I think that they're gonna kind of just go the route of Skeleton Crew, Mando season 4. Because think about it, they were already talking about canning season 4 of The Mandalorian. So I think they want to push this out a lot quicker. And they don't. And remember, this guy, Bob Iger said it. He doesn't want to do he doesn't want to there's been an oversaturation in Star Wars and Marvel and all this stuff. I don't think he wants to put out any more shows. I think he wants to focus now on the movie aspect, because we've had a lot of shows now. We've barely had any Star Wars movies since 2019, the Rise of Skywalker. So I wouldn't be surprised they want to focus on the movies, which he did say.
Well, after he left, notice like when he was before he left, we were getting movies and they were doing the ramp up to the shows. After he left, we didn't get any movies. It was just shows. So now he's coming back. Obviously, he's more like, okay, we need to get these movies back going and get the hype train running again, because shows are cool, but they're not as hype as movies. Like that's way more production, way more merchandising, way more advertising and everything with the movies versus the TV shows. Like people like pass up TV shows all the time, but you're not going to pass up a movie.
You're not wrong, because it is the truth. People majority of the time go to the movies because obviously, there's a difference. Like when it's out on Disney Plus, you could be like, oh, I'll watch it tomorrow, the next day, whatever. When it's a movie, you got no choice but to wait or go to the movies and go watch it. So I agree with you. And I think that's where the money's really going to come for them, is when they start putting a lot of this content out in the movie theaters. So you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's just how it is. Like I know people that haven't even seen Book of Boba or Andor or half these shows yet, because it's like, well, it's not a movie. I don't care if it's in a theater. I'll watch it. Like, and I've heard people say that. I'm like, okay, it is a real thing, but I don't know. Going forward, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like I said, the numbers aren't really that good for the show, and they've been dependent on the numbers. They straight up said that, and like you were saying a minute ago too. Bob Iger is like trying to focus more on the movies, and also they want to kind of streamline like their spending. They're spending like a little too much. They're spending too much and not getting a good enough return on the TV shows versus the movies right now. So that's why things are about to like change up.
Basically, bro. Yeah, basically. And that's the biggest problem. I mean, I don't know. What about you guys in the comment section? Like, do you want to have more Disney Plus shows, or would you want to go back to the movie? Sit down, watch a movie. I mean, to me, I personally would love to go back to the movies. I miss the movie theaters. I don't know about anybody.
Yeah, bro. Like, I honestly, like a couple months ago when they did Return of the Jedi at the theater, or even watching Ahsoka episode 5 with you, I'm like, this is a shame. Like, I miss this feeling of watching Star Wars on the big screen like this. And, they only do it for special occasions now.
It's true. Everything Star Wars says. I have no idea what direction to go with. I don't think they have a direction to go with the movie. Any idea with the movies? I mean, I think they do. I think they're just kind of. I think they're, because remember, Bob Iger just came in not too long ago. They just want to finish out because when he came in, all this stuff was kind of already being done, and this was on the timeline. So I think he's waiting for it to kind of burn out. And I think that this whole writer's strike ended up kind of like it kind of benefited if you think about it, because like that's the other thing, bro. The Lando series, that's turning into a movie. So it goes to show you that they're looking to go the movie route. So if you're thinking or wondering like what route they're gonna go, it's right there. The writing's on the wall. Remember, Lando was supposed to be a series, and they're making it into a movie.
I mean, it kind of fits hand in hand. Like, you know what I feel like what they're gonna do with that is Lando is the sidekick in the Solo movie, and then I feel like Han Solo is gonna be the sidekick in the Lando movie. He's gonna take the back seat, but he's gonna be there. We're gonna get. It's basically gonna be like another way to get the Millennium Falcon into the Lando movie. I mean, because how do you have a Lando movie without the Falcon?
I don't know. I wish I knew that answer. No, I'm messing with you. No, but it makes sense. I get what you're saying.
So
we only have now, what is it? We have 30 minutes till the episode drops, and they are being very, very keen on it, because last week we had to actually wait all the way till 9 o'clock. So let me read some of the comments though. I think the Marvels will bomb. Ant-Man, Haunted Mansion, Indiana Jones. They're all downward spiral. I'm not gonna lie to you. Out of all the movies that you just said, everything Star Wars, I really enjoyed Indiana Jones, and I got to see with my pops. I thought it was a really good movie. Did you like it, Darth Vader?
You know, like I went in knowing what I was gonna get and knowing not what to expect. So it was better than I thought it was, but at the same time, I knew it wasn't gonna be as good as like they were hyping up to be.
Right.
Like I think I felt like compared to the last movie, like Crystal Skull, I was like, all right, this has this is less action than Crystal Skull, but the story's better, kind of.
Yeah, I didn't like the last one.
Yeah, but if you that movie had way more action and everything, and was, you know, for what it was, but this one is just the story's better. It's just, you know, I'm tired of these broken down characters that they give a good send off to, and then we see them years later and they're depressed, divorced, the wife left them, the kids died. You know, I'm tired of that.
Nah, I get you. Everything Star Wars says, I loved Indiana Jones. I am nervous with them putting out another Star Wars movie, even though I'm looking forward to it. And that's the thing, is like, it's so funny because I hear everybody kind of like be like, oh, well, Star Wars is the worst, and you know, all these movies and the sequels and this and that. And I'm not gonna, like I said, I have my gripes with the sequel trilogy as well. But am I gonna go see it? Yes, I am. We are all gonna go see it. Who the hell are we kidding? Because you know why? It's such a funny society. Like we're such a funny species. It's like we can hate on something so much, but yet we'll still do that one thing that we don't want to do or don't want to accept. And that's the funny part about human beings. And we don't recognize that. We're just so quick to just like be like, oh man, this is trash. This is garbage. Yo, worst thing ever. But yo, you spend your money, or you still streamed it on some like bootleg streaming service. Like you still saw it because you're complaining about it. You wasted your time on a company that you said that you didn't care for.
But I mean, okay, this is my mindset going on now. Like for Star Wars, like I'm gonna watch whatever like they do. Like if it's streaming, movies, you know, TV live action show, cartoon show, whatever, I'm gonna watch it, like regardless, because it's Star Wars. Like I care, you know. Indiana Jones, like I love that movie series. Even though like I'm you know, same thing. Like I'm gonna watch it. Marvel, it's so much Marvel that, you know, even after Love and Thunder, like the Thor movie, I've decided to kind of just save my money with that. Like I'll wait until whatever it is drops on streaming, because you know, it's not the same like how it used to be, so much so that I'd rather just save my money and watch it on stream. Same thing with like most of the DC movies, aside from Batman and Joker. Like I'll whatever the DC thing is that drops, like I'll watch it on streaming or whatever. I didn't watch The Flash in the theater. That movie was, and I'm kind of glad I didn't.
You know, it's funny. I know I like it was really cheesy, but I actually didn't mind The Flash.
It's not bad. It's just cheesy. And Ezra Miller, and I get a lot of people's reasoning for not wanting to go see the movie because they don't support Ezra Miller because of all his drama and stuff. And yeah, I get that, but you know, I felt bad because we had Michael Keaton Batman back, and like he deserved, you know, more than what he got on the big screen.
Yeah. That's funny. Everything Star Wars says, I will see it, but with Amber Heard and Aquaman, that I will not. Well, that's because you covered that story, bro. Y'all really went hard for this, man. And yo, that Amber Heard situation was crazy. I ain't gonna front. I wouldn't support that movie either. Like, I feel like that's like even worse than what Ezra Miller. Like, I feel like, to be honest with you, like if there's anybody I would root for more, I would very much root for Ezra Miller compared to her.
Bro, Amber Heard ain't. I mean, I don't like either of them, but Amber Heard ain't out here like kidnapping people and holding people like, you know, hostage and stuff. You know, like she took a dump on Johnny Depp's bed and said all these things about him, but you know, she ain't hold like a knife or whatever up to him and hold him in a closet.
All right, R. Kelly, we'll leave him trapped in the closet. Oh my god. Yeah, either way, bro, like I don't know. I have, and it's funny because I saw The Flash 2 times. I've seen it twice, and like I just still get like chills because obviously Michael Keaton's Batman is that's, to me, that's the best Batman there is. You know, movie wise. I mean, apart from, yes, I did love the Dark Knight series. Yes, that one was a really good one, Christian Bale. But like being a 90s kid, like when you talk about Batman movies, like that's what you grew up on. Like that was the one that and Jack Nicholson's Joker, like, bro, I'm sorry, like I know Heath Ledger, yes, but like Jack Nicholson, I mean, come on, man. You ever dance with the devil in a pale moonlight? Like, come on, my guy. Like that like, yo, I use that reference like every day, and like I'm not gonna go to somebody and be like, why so serious?
I know you. So when you go into the museum and you destroy art, you're playing Prince music in the background as you throw paint on the paintings.
Little red Corvette, bow, bow, maybe a much too.
Party man.
Don't mind us. We just kid here. We just joking. We appreciate y'all watching with us. Let me read some of the stuff here. My bad. We so behind. I think Miller needs help. He has mental issues. Yeah, you could tell. Like you could tell he's going through some stuff, and you know, and it sucks because the homie is actually from Jersey. He's from the New York area, so it's like it's sad to see, you know, a fellow East Coaster going through it. You know, listen, we don't know what people go through. It's sad. You know, we see these things. I mean, I'm not like saying or condoning, you know, whatever he's doing is right. But again, you wish people get, you know, the right help that they need. Grey Jedi, they had their chance. They blew it as much as we wanted. It's too late. Oh, because Grey Jedi said we should definitely get Han, Luke, and Leia. Do you think we'll ever get them at this point or in the Mando movie? Do you think so, Darth Vader?
For sure. That's going to be, I'm going to be real. That's going to be with how they're doing things right now, that's going to be the on your left, you know, moment from like in Avengers Endgame. That's what that's going to be.
Okay.
Which is sad because, you know, they're huge characters, like huge, and they're acting like they don't exist in this galaxy aside from, you know, being mentioned. Like I want to see, you know, what's going on with Leia, like raising like Ben. I want to see like Han Solo supposedly, you know, he's back to being a racer or something right now. I want to see Luke Skywalker doing his thing in the forest with all the ant robots building his temple. Like I want to see that, you know, like, but they're just sidelining them.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that, you know, I mean, look, Leia just got teased in the last episode. I think that it's a matter of time they're going to utilize these characters and bring them into the series because there is unseen footage. I remember, oh my God, I think I started my channel about like going on 3 years ago. I remember when I first started doing this, there was rumor that they had leaked unseen or unused footage of the Fab Four with Chewbacca there. That they had, and they were going to utilize it at some point in one of these series. And I think, to be honest with you, I think it would be the Mandalorian movie that they might utilize that. So I wouldn't be surprised they saved that big one for that. So yeah, that would make the most sense. Guys, which is the best Disney Plus Star Wars shows in your order? Take it away, Darth Hater.
Damn it. It's because it's like, if you really want to get down to it, you could break it up by seasons of things too. Like, I could honestly say the Mando season 2 is probably the best of all the Star Wars series. But I'll just, make it easy. Mando 1, Mando 1, I know I'm gonna get flack for it, but I'm going Kenobi 2. Oh my god! And then
cancel him.
I don't know. Yeah, right. Andor 3, Book of Boba 4. I feel like I'm missing one. Yeah.
Are we including animation?
Oh, never mind. So, Mando, AHSOKA, Kenobi, Andor, Book of Boba.
All right, I'm gonna end this man's whole career right here. I'm gonna end it right now. I gotta end it. Like, there's no way you just said all of that. Hold on, give me 1 second, because I can't. Hold on. Where is it? Where is that one video that I have that I ended up doing? Yo, please tell me I can find it. I'm gonna be so mad if I can't find this video right now, because I don't even remember how. Oh, come on. Nah, you're lying. Oh, I can't find it. No. All right, bet. So this is my list. My list is gonna be so I'll do, yeah, I don't care, whatever. I'm gonna do Mando season 1, season 2, Kenobi, Ahsoka, and Book of Boba Fett, Andor. That's my list. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Like, Book of Boba was semi-enjoyable. It's just they did my boy wrong, That's why I got to put it last, honestly.
Yeah, I'm kind of tight, and it's funny because they're trying to do a season 2 for the Book of Boba Fett, but I don't even know if I would want that, to be honest. I think I'm okay with him as a feature. I think he's better as a feature, to be honest with you. I think a character like him is better like that. What were you saying?
He's way better as a side character. Like I told you, and I keep saying, like, every time somebody's a side character, they make them badass. And then when they give them their own show, they make them, like, clunky and get beat up, and just, they when you're a side character, they always make you cool or a villain. But when you're the main character, you got to get beat up. You got to go do some stuff. Your wife has to leave you. Like, your kids don't like you. Like, that's how you are.
Not your kids.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Like I said, I'm tired of these main, sad, depressed main character. Like, they did it with Kenobi, giving him PTSD, which made sense. Boba, like, he has to get beat up, and he has to go through, like, his little journey before he can be Boba Fett that we kind of know. And same thing with Ahsoka right now. She's just bummed out for whatever reason why she doesn't want to train Sabine or even Grogu. And they haven't explained, kind of explained why.
Basically. Let me just read here. Hold on. Have to say, one of the best moments is seeing Anakin hating Christensen again. Guy got so much hate, now he deserves to get all the love that he's always deserved. Can you agree with that, Darth Hater?
Yeah, like, I'm happy with, like, how much love he's been getting with the past, like, 2 series. It's built up. It started with Kenobi and it's built up until now, and I'm just happy that they're continuing to use him. It's like, everybody wants to say we got to get past the Skywalkers, got to get past the Skywalkers and this and that. But I'm just like, no, let them do what they can with them while they're still young. Like while Hayden's still young, and we can get him and Vader and everybody in these series, and it'd be cool. Like let them fix some things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's end his career right now.
Perhaps you referred to the imminent attack on your rebel fleet. Yes, I assure you, we are quite safe from your friends here.
Your overconfidence is your weakness.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Your faith in your friends is yours.
Oh, man. Gets me every time. It gets me in my feels every time. Oh man, that's so funny. We need more moments like that in Star Wars.
You're stupid. But anyway, 5:46 time.
Yeah, I'm gonna check now. If anything comes out. And by the way, guys, ask us any questions you want as we are getting ramped up and ready for the season finale of it. Everything Star Wars says LMAO. Yes, I'm telling you, that's why I do those videos, so that way everybody can laugh. See, it brings comedic relief. Darth Hater. That's not how the Force works. Oh snap! End his career. Nothing yet. It didn't come yet.
Yo, have you watched Jedi Adventures? Like, have you watched that whole series yet?
Yeah.
You like it?
Low key, the Young Jedi Adventures with the little. I love it, honestly. I know people. I don't really care what people have to say about it. I actually like the show. Like, I think it's actually dope. I actually like the storyline. I think it's cool to see the kids kind of going on their journey. The only thing I don't like is their lightsabers, because it looks like the Lego lightsaber. I don't know if you peeped that.
Yeah. Like this stupid looking handle.
I don't dig it.
It's canon, right? It's canon along with like everything.
It's canon. It just talks about it just talks about them going on adventure. They go on adventures, like they save people, and it's just like it's very kiddie, but it's good. Like, it's cool because it sheds light on the High Republic time. And what I like about it is too, they incorporate Yoda. I like how one of the lessons is that he when the kid ends up, if I'm not mistaken, like losing his lightsaber, kind of reflects or mirrors when like you hear Obi-Wan telling Anakin, like you need to hold it, make sure you don't lose it. It's basically, it's your life, But I like it. I think it's dope.
All right. I haven't watched it. I mean, no, I watched the first episode and I couldn't get through it. It was too kiddie for me.
Yeah, I get it. It's not for everybody. I think also too, it comes with, you have to have patience. That's what I noticed with that show. You have to have patience. And again, it's not for everybody. I mean, it's canon. So I'm gonna watch it. Just because I want to see it and understand it. Even if I don't like it like that, like, it is what it is. Plus, it's a show. Like, it's not like, listen, to me is better than Resistance. I'll watch that over Resistance.
Wow, that's big. That's some bold words. I mean,
that's just my opinion. I just don't like the animation of Resistance, and I just don't like the story overall. And I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. I think because this one's kiddie, but like, I don't know. It's just more tolerable for me.
I get it. I mean, the animation for Resistance, I get it, but it's not as kiddie as Young Jedi Adventures. Like, Resistance has a few characters that are annoying that I just can't stand. But other than that, the series it's for me, it was watchable. I mean, I watched both seasons. I only did it once, but it was a tough watch. But I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree. Hey, we got one of our members here. What's going on, Charles? Welcome to the club. Welcome. If you haven't joined the membership program here on the Eternal Sith channel, make sure to join the membership program, as Charles is a member to the channel. I may have been the only one who watched Resistance. No, you're not the only one. This guy over here watched it. This guy right over here.
Man, Charlie knows. Like, yeah, man, I had to watch it. Like I said, I watched everything Star Wars, good, bad. I still gotta watch Young Jedi Adventures, but yeah, I'm glutton for punishment when it comes to these some of these series. Sometimes I even the Lego stuff, like the Terrifying Tales.
Oh yeah.
All right, it's all right. It's fun. It's whatever.
Yeah. I think what pissed me off about Resistance is that, like, instead of Kylo Ren, it was supposed to be Asajj Ventress. Yo, that's what's been pissing me off, bro. If we're gonna talk about, hold on, let me just, Young Jedi Adventures hits the limit for me. I like it. I like it, Charles. I like the Young Jedi Adventures. It is good to me. I do like it. I like it. I'm gonna read this over here. Hold on. Rebels or the Clone Wars, which was better and why? Oh, do you want to start that one off? And everybody in the comment section, y'all can start it. Go ahead, Darth Vader, or I'll lead off because you've been leading off. I'll go with it first. For me, to be honest with you, I loved Rebels. I don't know, just for me, the fact that it was 4 seasons, it wasn't crazy amount of episodes. I could get through it in like a day or two. Was way easier than watching the Clone Wars, where there's too many damn episodes. There's too much going on. I love it because you get to see a lot of Anakin. You get to see a lot of Ahsoka, obviously, Kenobi, Padme. You see Palpatine, everything. Asajj Ventress, Darth Maul. I love it because you got those characters. And again, you got to see their story told a little bit more as opposed to the actual prequel trilogy that gave you a taste of it for certain characters. But when it comes to, which show I'm gonna pick, honestly, I like Rebels. Also, too, because you have Vader there. Like, I love Vader, as y'all see here. I have Vader there. And also, too, like, come on, the guy next to me is Vader himself. So I mean, like, yeah. You stupid. Is that the Macquarie helmet?
No, it's the Rebels helmet.
Okay. Why does it look like the Macquarie? I mean, I know they kind of mirror each other anyway, but still.
It's literally, Yeah.
So if you had to pick, Darth Vader, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. I want you to choose. Do you choose Rebels or the Clone Wars, and which is better and why?
Like, I'm obviously gonna choose Clone Wars. Like, Clone Wars just, I'm a Vader head, like diehard Vader, head. Like, obviously, like, come on, for obvious reasons. But, story wise and just everything writing wise, Clone Wars kind of kills it. Like, it started off like very kiddie and dumb, and then it turned into some of the best Star Wars. And not only that, it elevated the movies. Like, people now see Anakin Skywalker in a different light because of those shows. And then it gave us Ahsoka. It gave us a lot of different things, a lot of different characters. Even elevated Mace Windu as a character, Yoda. Everybody that we knew from like these movies, it made them like that much better. But especially Anakin, because everybody was like, "That's not young Darth Vader." No, that's not the young Darth Vader we get it from the movies and everything. And then we got Clone Wars, and now it's like it adds on to like his character. Rebels is cool because like obviously like I'm more of an OT head, so it's like it's in the time period that I like. And yeah, we get Vader, we get Lando, we get Leia, we get all these characters we like. But it's for all the good moments, like there's still a lot of like kiddie, like whatever moments. Like case in point, they stopped killing stormtroopers. Notice like they always like punch them, hit them, knock them out, or whatever. Clone Wars, like you got people getting stabbed through the chest, and they show it. Like Clone Wars is way more gritty and way more real to like so it felt like more like, all right, I could see this in the movie. But Rebels was more, I don't know, PG. Clone Wars is PG-13. Rebels is like PG. So I'm always gonna give like, Rebels like a nod. I mean, Clone Wars a nod above Rebels, even though I'm a little biased for obvious reasons.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, I don't know. To me, bro, is the fact of how, to me, the reason why I love it, like I said, is just seeing Vader and how dominant he is in Rebels. I mean, like, come on, bro. Like, even just him fighting Ahsoka, bro, in the world, like that, bro, on Malakorvi was so tough. And it's just to see him in it. I mean, we've never. I feel like we've seen Vader in Rebels. I feel like he's more of a badass than he even is in Kenobi, bro. I feel like in Kenobi he was more like a freaking ragdoll than anything. I feel like freaking Rebels did him so much more justice. And I mean, I get it because it's a different time. Like this is Vader, kind of a little bit like a little bit more past, obviously the Kenobi series, but still, man, like this was Vader being Vader. Like he should have been dominant. Like this is the time he was hunting Jedi from the comics, and he was still made out to be a little itch. I don't know.
Well, yeah, like you said, if that's the only thing that makes Rebels like that much more for Clone Wars, you take Vader out of that and think about the rest of the show. The rest of the show it doesn't compare to Clone Wars. That's the only thing that me personally, like, yeah, I'm the same with you. If I was just thinking about all the Vader stuff, yeah, of course, but that's one season. It's only one season of him doing that, and he shouldn't make the show because the show's not about him. If he was an overarching villain, like over the whole series, okay, yeah, but he wasn't. He was only in one season, and then they stopped him. They dropped him mid-season 2, like at the end of that. And Vader's not the type of dude that's like, all right, well, whatever happened with them happened. I'm gonna just go off. He's gonna continue to keep hunting them. So, which it made no sense to me that they switched from Vader, who was the top of the top, to like Thrawn. You know, it just made no sense.
Yeah. I agree, and I agree with Charles here. Clone Wars did help fill in a lot of the questions we had in the prequels, and also too, like, I mean, the only reason why I'm not picking Clone Wars, like I said, is just also too, like, I'm playing devil's advocate. I really don't want to pick Clone Wars because that's something everybody I feel picks, and I like I said, I actually really did enjoy Rebels, you know, and also too, like, I like Ezra's story. I love Ezra. I think he's a great character. Also to Kanan, I just like seeing that story, and like I said, the Ghost Crew kind of reminds me of like Han, Luke, Leia, and Chewie too. You know, like they're their own family. This is Dave Filoni's version of the Fab Four, just with them and Zeb as well. So like that's why I liked it a lot more too. So I agree with you, Charles. A question for Darth Hader: are you happy with Star Wars Theory doing his second movie in animation instead of live action?
Why is that for me?
Why? Because I guess because, like, you know, you were the live action. I don't know, bro.
He didn't say Darth Vader. Oh, he said, "Are you happy?" If you're asking me, like, you know, whatever. I mean, it's cool. Like, it's cool that he's doing it in animation. I just think it's just the fact that he's going to do it is good in itself. Like, I personally would rather want to see it in live action, even if I'm not a part of it. In live action, I'd rather see it in live action than animation. But, you know, I'm just more happy that it's actually finally happening. Hopefully.
I mean, to be honest with you, bro, I don't think my input counts or matters about that situation. But I mean, I don't think it was directed towards me because I have nothing to do with that. But I will say, to be honest, the only reason why I'll keep it a bug with you. The only reason why I have a problem with it being animation is because it unfortunately takes away from the people that put in the hard work, such as Darth Vader, who is the Vader from Star Wars Theory's live action fan film for the Vader. You know, again, you're taking away money from people, and that's the sad part because it's like you're kind of only looking out for yourself and your best interest, but it's like, what about the people that, you know, were the real ones behind it? And it's like everybody loved the live action, and that's what people really want. Like animation, we've seen. I mean, for that, we might as well just get Clone Wars, like another season of that, like, you know, another version of that, like Tales of the Jedi. Like that is always received well. We've had so much. I feel like that's the problem, is that we have so much animation, and it's like I personally want more live action. And me being a person, I love Vader, I love Darth Maul. You know, like I want to see more Vader. So if the homie could get a, you know, if he could work and get freaking Vader in live action for Star Wars Theory, why not? Like, you know, respect to you, bro. Like I said, I love you. You know, you the fam. It's not even about that. But at the end of the day, like, I want more work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want people to get paid. I want people to, you know, see the light of day for money, you know? That's just the fact.
Yeah, I get it. That's just personally, being 100% real, it's been years since like the last one came out. That was 2018. You know, I've kind of moved on beyond that. If it comes out and he wants to say like let's do live action, I'm game. But at this point, I'm not like holding my breath. You know what I mean? Like it's been back and forth and for years now.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can imagine it's frustrating for a lot of the actors that were a part of that. You know, I don't know. Again, a lot of mixed signals, but again, that's something that you guys go through, and you know, hopefully, maybe he changes his mind, and at some point, he does a live action, and again, you get your payday. You deserve it. Well, it is 9:01. Charles reminded us. That's the beautiful part of having our members is that they're always reminding us of what's going on. It's 9:00. Fan movies are is better. They include the community more. I agree with that one. Yes, it is true. A lot of the live action always includes the community. Have a good show, boys. By the way, yes, we will. All right, let's check it out. Let's go see if it's up.
It is. It's up.
Damn.
Part 8. 48 minutes.
Let me get the timer up.
Actually, get up to the Disney Plus screen at least, so you can like pause it.
All right, let me just.
Yeah, I'm already up there.
All right, cool. Let me get my. I am East Coast, my guy. East Coast. And he is West Coast. Be well. I am watching this on Thursday. Be well. Be well. Till next time. I don't want to be spoiled. Peace. Horns up, baby. Horns up. Horns up. Let me just give it 1 second, guys. I'm gonna get together the
Yeah. So I'm gonna explain it for you guys that don't know, first time watching. So we're gonna watch it, and then we're gonna have the sound off and everything for it. So, and he's putting a timer on, so you can follow along with us watching. That way, technically, we're watching it together. But don't press play until we count down to press play or start it, and then we're not skipping the intro. Just let it play all through. Like right now, I have it up to the Disney Plus screen, and we're gonna start it like right after when our boy over here gets his stuff together.
I'm ready.
All right, you ready, Freddie?
Do the countdown.
All right, press play and 3, 2, 1, go.
And I will play music so that way you guys can have that in the background as you watch with us. Hopefully you get to stay here. You don't leave. You will leave your TV screens on. And like I said, watch it with us. Have some fun. I'll have some tunes in the background.
I'm going to have a special announcement at the end, too, when we're done with all this.
Heard from the man. That's crazy. Damn it, Morgan Elsbeth was so good looking to look at. Now I was like, damn, she look hit. Yo! That's crazy, yo. What? That's crazy.
What I tell you? What I tell you?
The same one as Kanan's, bro.
I told you.
Let the sales begin. Damn, it's so nice to see another lightsaber. Hey, yo, what? Yo, do you see Ezra Sabine, my guy? Not even a date, bro. Damn. She ain't got no force power. What you mean help out? Like what? Bro, this is funny. How y'all enjoying the episode if y'all watching?
How's she about to help out?
It's a dope scene. Not dramatic with that. Like what? It's a cool fight scene though.
No, that was cool. I'm just like the Sabine stuff. I'm just like, she don't have the force powers. Come on, man.
I don't know. I'm just finding her mad funny for some odd reason. I don't know why.
Bring them back to life. Actual Death Troopers now.
That's crazy. They're literally coming back alive. That's insane. Yo, it's kind of crazy. I ain't even going front. They fly now. They fly now. Oh Oh, brother, this is where it gets cheesy. Oh, God, here we go. Yo, I'm not gonna front, bro. This kind of looks really like funny. Them running with lightsabers. It looks like Baywatch, bro.
It's still Baywatch.
I never thought I would see a pair of people like running with lightsabers and like, bro, this is really funny, actually.
The actual Death Troopers in the back.
That's tough, but them holding lightsabers and running like they going to save somebody's life, like in the ocean, like it's just weird, bro. With them running with these lightsabers again. Oh God, fight 2.0. I got Mother Thousand's blade now. I ain't gonna front. That's a dope fight. It's a dope fight. I like that one.
It's better than the last one.
That's a fact. Oh look, that's the same shot that we got in the trailer.
Look at his face.
Oh, she got the force. There it is. Here we go. Oh man. Come on, bro. I'm surprised they didn't make like a big stink about it. She's like, "Oh my god, I got it, I got it."
She's gonna help him force jump over there, I bet you.
Homie's like getting a real head start. What the heck is going on? Oh my god, bro.
Oh, not a lightsaber. No.
I feel like I'm watching like Bruce Lee fight a whole bunch of freaking sparring people. Like, what's going on here? Send her to the Bronx. Oh, she did. She dead. She gone. R.I.P. How you guys liking the episode so far? For if you guys are here, whoever's watching it, how you liking it?
There's more.
There it is. She is.
Lord of the Rings much?
We almost done, guys. We're about to be done. We about to be here. We about to be here. The show started. Mojo quit. It's out.
Damn, I guess I was wrong.
Oh, they approaching Dathomir. That's crazy. Here we go. Dathomir in live action. Let's go.
What I tell you? What I tell you?
Oh, hold on, I'm gonna mute. Hold on. Before we get into it, let me just read some of the stuff here.
Bro, wait. After credits. Gotta wait.
Thank you so much, Charles. Thank you. Appreciate you. That's why you a member, because you a real one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Let me just read this real quickly. I want to read what Charles said, as we know, as he's a member. I want to get in his chat. I love that they made Night Trooper zombies. Also, when I saw that Morgan got her Night Sister's sword, I knew there was going to be a rematch between them. But thoughts about how she got violated. Last thing, I'm happy we saw the brother of the Force next to Balin. But this makes me wonder how they were carvings there. So we'll talk about that in just a second, because that's actually an easy one to get into. But give me a second. Let me just try to get this out. Put us here. All right, cool. All right. What'd you think?
It's all right. Decent, I guess.
I honestly, I thought the episode was partially good, and I'm gonna tell you why. I just thought there were some really cheesy moments that didn't need to be there. Them running with the lightsabers to me was just very, very off. I didn't like that. I don't think we even needed that. Like, I don't understand. What did you think about that?
That's normal. You act like you haven't noticed other characters running with their lightsabers before.
Yes, in animation, but in live action, we've seen it, yeah, but not like that. So where's like three of them? They're like, it looks like Baywatch. I'm good. I don't know. I didn't like that part. It just looked off.
What are you talking about? Like, this is Star Wars. Like, how many Jedi have we seen? I'm not even talking about animation. I mean, in live action, seen running with that's every movie, aside from A New Hope. Literally, like every single movie or that we've seen running with a lightsaber. That's normal. But I get it. What you would.
I don't know. The way they made it look, it just looked cheesy. In the movies, it looks great. This, it looks cheesy. I don't know. To me, it just, I don't know.
I'll say I just didn't like the Force. Now Sabine can use the Force for real. Like, she's helping open doors. She's helping Ezra jump long distances. Like, she's blocking lightsabers, like blaster bolts and everything. I'm like, since when is she like all of a sudden? Oh, now I can use my abilities.
Yeah, I agree. That was the other only thing I didn't like. I liked the episode. The episode I thought was really, really good. I want to talk about some key things though that we noticed in the episode, which we got to see Morgan Elsbeth retrieve or utilize Mother Talzin's blade. What did you think about that?
It was cool.
Okay.
This fight was better than the one that they had in Mando, but whatever. This was cool. It was what it needed to be. Yeah, bro.
Right. The next one is Ezra and his new lightsaber and how it resembles Kanan's. Bro, what did you think?
Yeah, man. That's what I told you. I was like, he's gonna build another one. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's close. I don't know. I honestly, being real, I don't know how I feel about this episode. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. But I'm just, like I told you before, I was gonna raise like a bunch of questions. I don't know how it sits with me just yet.
Okay, that's valid. That's valid. Now, the next thing we see Ahsoka talking to Sabine and how Anakin always believed in her and how she will be there for her as well, and how she and if she's been keeping up with the training. Then right after we see Ezra and Ahsoka jump down because we see that these two TIE fighters are coming in, and then Ezra and Sabine then start fighting the Night Troopers as they enter the temple, and you see Thrawn kind of like getting pissed off because he doesn't want them really to get in and everything like that. And then as they are defeating the Night Troopers, the Night Sisters resurrect them back alive. And I thought that was pretty cool. What did you think when you saw that, seeing them come back alive?
That was cool. Like, it was a good hint to like the Death Troopers book. And then just the fact that when Ezra, no, I can't remember if it was Ezra or Sabine, like, broke the actual Death Troopers helmet, and we see him like all zombied out. That was pretty cool. That was dope. I was happy that they actually did that.
Yeah.
But I was kind of surprised they didn't show like, I mean, granted, I get it. It's kind of a kids show. They didn't show like amputations or anything like that when they're like chopping them with the lightsabers.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you there. So right after, we see Morgan Elsbeth fight Ahsoka again with Mother Talzin's blade, and Ezra then and Sabine fight the Night Troopers as Sabine is getting choked. She then, for the first time, we see her as she is reaching for her lightsaber, uses the Force and grabs it. And as you heard Darth Vader say, it was disappointing.
Oh, I mean, like,
cringe.
Like like I said, they made her everything with her in the Force just all of a sudden in this episode. If it had been maybe like slight build up during the whole season, like showing her a little bit, okay, the payoff would have been cooler. But it's just, I just really don't like the fact that they just threw in the fact that she's a Jedi now or can use the Force.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you there, guy. And then right after, in order to get to Thrawn's ship, you see Ezra pulling back, and he's getting ready to do his flash run because he's not Ezra Miller, he's Ezra Bridger. And he goes and he runs, and you see Sabine help Force push him off, and he lands on Thrawn's ship. And then Sabine and Ahsoka, we see get left behind, and Ahsoka ends up killing Morgan Elsbeth. And then we see Ahsoka and Sabine going in the Jedi shuttle as they chase Thrawn. And as Thrawn is talking to Ahsoka, he talks about how basically Ahsoka is a mirror of Anakin Skywalker. And then we see them go back to Peridia and see Morai. Bro, I was waiting for this one. I was waiting.
I mean, I was kind of giving an end of the series and everything, but she lost one of her lightsabers too. Got to cut in half. Bummer.
Yeah. There's a lot. Let me read the comment before. Well, actually, let me keep reading. Like, let me just read the stuff, and then we'll get into it. Then we see Shin igniting her saber as she's looking at those kind of like, I guess, the mercenaries that were helping her and Balin, the other like troopers there, the other fighters that are on, or the creatures that are also on that planet, as they're called. And then we see Balin after, and as he's standing over and looking over the cliff, we see the statues of the father and the son. What did you think of this, Darth Hader?
It wasn't even that. I mean, yeah, that's important, but what he was looking at something off into the distance that looked like some Lord of the. It was very actually the whole scene was very Lord of the Rings. Just the fact that the statues pointing and they're so huge, and then I swear he's like looking at the Eye of Sauron out into the distance.
Yeah, and it's funny because you even see Sabine looking at the same thing that Balin is looking at, and then you hear Ahsoka saying what's wrong, and then you see Sabine saying I feel or I sense something, and then you see right after kind of like Ahsoka like looks and kind of like smiles and then turns around. What do you think it is that they're looking at or what they're sensing?
So what Sabine and so what they're looking at, what Ahsoka's looking at is like that's the ring around the planet. That's totally different. What he's looking at is something is totally different. So he's looking at like some light going straight up, and they're looking at the ring around the planet. So wherever he's looking at, he's going to, and what they're looking at is just they're just looking at the ring around the sky.
Mm.
So he's looking at whatever. I have no clue what that is. I kind of have a theory, but at the same time, we'll find out in the next series or whatever they do with it. But now it's like, what are they going to do with what are they going to do with Balin's character?
It's true. It's true. It is true for sure. And right after, we definitely we get to see Thrawn, and as they're talking, it appears that they're going to be landing on Dathomir, and I'm assuming that's going to happen in whatever series that's going to happen. Ezra comes back as a stormtrooper and sees Hera and the New Republic and says, I am home. Ahsoka then tells Sabine they are where they are. And at the same time, Ezra is at the same place as well. And it's time to move on. And we then get the finale of seeing Hayden Christensen's Force Ghost at the age that he is currently. And it was just very wholesome. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, it was cool. I gotta watch it again, but I was I don't know. I wasn't underwhelmed, but at the same time, I wasn't like super thrilled. But it was cool. It was cool for what it was.
Yeah, for sure. Let me just read some of the comments and then we'll get into our reaction. Oh, bro, my reaction when Sabine effed up the ship. Just like that, biggest disappointment. Agreed. Yeah, I was about to say that when they all went for the Dark Troopers being zombies, that was really cool. I'm actually not disappointed with her using the Force because she was always mostly supporting Ahsoka or Ezra, but when she pushes Ezra and she pushes her, that was just too much. Agreed. Like if Sabine can do that, how was she struggling to pick up her lightsaber? That's a good one. Why wasn't the sister there? Looked like he was looking at something or some kind of light temple. Could be Minecraft beacon, bro. I'm pretty sure they're going to leave it to the mystery for Balin with his character having passed away. I believe the same thing too. I think that his character, I think that was a very kind of like you said, Lord of the Rings moment, and I think that's how they're going to let him ride off into the sunset because, there's not really much more at this point that they can do. And they even need to do with his character. I think now I'm curious to see because Ahsoka says it's time to move on. And it's like I start piecing everything together, especially, like what's known in the sequel trilogy, but then we know like Ezra knows where they are. Do they just go and come back? Like, how does this work? What do you think, Darth Hader? And everybody in the comment section.
Oh no, man. I have no clue what's going to happen next. I'm just as confused with like a lot of things. Like I told you, this episode was going to raise way more questions than it answered. If anything, like we're just left like, okay, what?
Yeah, that's my biggest thing. My biggest gripe right now is like I think that, like I said, I think the episode was good. I don't think it was like the best, but I think it was good. It had a lot of fan service. It gave us what we wanted. I think Ezra to me is fine. Like Ahsoka, Sabine, it is what it is. But there's just so much. Oh, Charles says, but I will leave it to you guys with this. Have a nice talk, and hopefully we get more answers soon. Horns up, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Love you, Charles. Charlie.
Bye, buddy.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. Like I don't even know how to feel about it. Like being real. Like I like you said, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
Yeah,
it was all right. But the real question is, do they answer this in the movie or any of the other series, or did they do Ahsoka season 2? That's the real question now.
You know, my biggest thing is still, you know, part, you know, with what everything you said, I think my biggest just question is that, is this how they kind of get rid of Ahsoka and Sabine? Like, is this like gonna be the canon? Because like I like Ezra knows where they're at. I mean, I guess the only question is, do they know how to get to Peridia? I think that's the question.
No, because how else are they going to get there? They don't have the freaking giant ring ship, and unless they do the same thing with the Purgo again, that's the only way to get back.
So then that might be the answer to how maybe Ahsoka and Sabine are like written off. That's what I'm assuming, because if you're not going to do a season 2 of Ahsoka, this is the best way to write them off and kind of just let their story be, because we know that there's life there. We know there's other things going on. And maybe this is how, you know, like, I don't know. There's just this is the hardest question right now. This is the hardest thing to even make sense. I mean, I think this is a great way if you're going to write off Ahsoka, like I said, in Sabine. This is the perfect way, because like we said, we don't know how they're not going to know how to get there. So yeah.
Exactly. And also this kind of saves them from hell, they could just leave them there. This could save them from this is a good excuse for them not to have to take part with anything in the sequel trilogy, you know?
Well, that's my point, is that I think you know, it's funny because everybody was asking, you know, like, you know, how is Dave Filoni going to do all this, like the sequels and stuff like that. I guess this is the way that, you know, it could kind of make sense. And I think that, you know, when you hear Balin talk about that balance and everything like that, I mean, if you think about it, there were so many Jedi we just had now and everything. I feel like right now there is a balance, because you only have Ezra right now in the galaxy that we do know of, and then we also have obviously Luke Skywalker and then the Academy. I think that kind of brings it back to the balance, and in a sense of like how everything kind of makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just brings it all together, as opposed to having Sabine, Ezra, Ahsoka, you know, and Shin, Balin. Now it's kind of like they're all away from all of this. They're away from the canon that is now. So it can make sense, and it could like still live up to what the sequel trilogy is, because I mean, if they were all back, then it wouldn't add up. And we know Ahsoka's not going to die against Thrawn or whatever's going, because if that was the case, she would have died already, and she didn't. And you hear Ahsoka kind of say, it's time to move on. Maybe that's the sign and the indicator that Dave Filoni wanted to send out, in a sense of saying like, all right, like this is their story and this is where it ends. I think I'd be okay with that. What about you?
Oh yeah. But then also leaves the question of like, what happens to Ezra? Because he's back and we don't see him in the sequel trilogy. If they're gonna do away with all these characters, unless he goes and gets stuck again, which I doubt they're gonna do, what happens to him? What happens to Jason Syndulla? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was my other thing too, is like what we were talking about in the pre-show, is like, you know, what's up with Jason, what's up with what's going on with everybody. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I think it left us with questions that still need to get answered. And, you know, again, you know, for everybody who watches me here, you guys know I'll do some theories, some videos. I mean, that's what I'll do. But you know, I'm kind of pissed that we didn't even get a post credit.
Yeah, So I'll say I know we were supposed to get one. They took it out. That's why I was like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't know.
But on to announcement.
Oh,
I guess I could tell you.
Should I make
What?
the screen big for you?
No, it's fine. Little Birdie, somebody you guys might know, might have been in the series as a stormtrooper. Not any of these episodes, but so I got to be one of the stormtroopers when Thrawn's entrance.
Not bad. That's a big mic drop right there. Well, can we get a hell yeah? Hell yeah! That's awesome. I'll do the Derek Jeter, bro. Tip the cap to you, bro. To the captain.
Yeah.
And if anything, we could do a live stream with you talking about your experience on that. Is that something you would want to do?
Bro, it wasn't anything special. It wasn't like the Mando. The Mando one was the big one. This was just, oh, okay, I get to do this again. Oh wow, I'm gonna be a stormtrooper. What the hell? Gold? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, why not? Give it. That is awesome, my guy. That is cool that you got to be at least in a canon show, just like The Mandalorian. You got to be in AHSOKA. I mean, at least you add that to your resume. And like I said before, man, you need to get your payday, your paycheck. So let's get this man in more things. If you're running a fan film out in Cali, hit this man up. He is the best Vader out there. He's the only Vader. It's Darth Vader 23. Threes for life, baby. Threes for life. I guess we'll wrap it up because we got a lot to work on tonight.
Yeah, I need to honestly, man. I'm like, I'm just a little like, wait, what? Like, what this episode? Like, it just, you know, like I told you, it was gonna leave you on that cliffhanger, which it did. It's just like the other stuff is very kind of confusing, semi-confusing, but just like, wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. There's just too much that I think we need to discuss off, and then we'll figure it out content wise, and we'll probably talk about it next week on next week's episode. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll do that. But tell me you didn't feel like you were watching Jedi Fallen Order when Ezra's building a lightsaber on the workbench.
I thought it was really dope. I thought that was so cool to see him building it. And then I thought it was cool too because he got to hear Huang talk about his master, his former master. You know, I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then, you know, like, how did you know him? Like, I knew every Jedi. It's like, it's a cool little, you know, little callback to him and Kanan. Asking you though, like, what do you think going forward? Do you think we're gonna get another series? Do you think this is gonna meld into other series, or do you think we're just going straight to the movie?
I personally think if they're still gonna focus on season 4, because Jon Favreau said that season 4 is already written, so I think they're gonna do that. I think it's just they need to start filming. If they do go that route, I think that because the way it ended is kind of like, all right, she's there, but I think now they're gonna focus on the New Republic because Thrawn's back. Like Thrawn is back, the threat is back. So now them seeing Ezra is gonna put the New Republic on high alert, and they're gonna be very much concerned. And then Hera's gonna go back to Zeno or Ziono, whatever his name is, and be like, yo, so like Ezra's right here, take care of it, figure it out. You need to, like, we got to get the ball rolling. So I think that's what's going to come at hand. I think that Mando gets involved now. I think the Mandalorians get involved, and that's what's going to end up happening. I think this leads into season 4 of the Mandalorian. I don't even think this has anything to, I don't think we'll get an Ahsoka season 2. So I think that this will take off in Mando season 4.
Yeah, Ahsoka's gonna basically be Mando and Book of Boba, where she just or Ezra or whatever, you know, is gonna, all these shows are just gonna meld together, and then it's gonna go into the movie. It's basically gonna be, I feel like whatever show's coming out next is gonna be like Captain America: Civil War, where it was basically another Avengers movie, you know, just missing Thor and Hulk. That's kind of how this is gonna go going forward, I think.
Yep, I agree. I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. I think that's the route it's gonna go, and I guess we'll see what's to come. But I want to thank everybody for hopping on for this season finale of the AHSOKA series with episode 8. Before we do end it, what are you rating? I'm gonna give you my rating. My rating is for the whole. I'm gonna say for the whole season. I'm gonna give the full season I'm gonna give it a 7. I'll give it a 7.
Okay. But what would you give the episode though? Give your rating for the season and then the episode. So 7 for the season.
I'll give the episode a 7.
So 7 to both.
Yep. 7 to both.
Okay. You know what? Like I'm trying to get the series. I want to give the series an 8, but I give it a 7. The only thing that's kind of kicking it up for me was obviously episode 5, like the whole Clone Wars thing with Anakin and Vader and everything. But like I said, I'm not trying to be that guy because of, you know, they dropped my boy in the series. So yeah, I'm with you. I give it honestly same. I give it a 7, and I give the episode a 7 too.
Yeah, I just think that there were certain moments. I think had it not been, I don't even think for me it was the Hayden Christensen. I think it was just overall the series was a 7 for me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean I can rewatch it. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. Honestly, it wasn't great. It was good.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you everybody for hopping on. Y'all have been real. We appreciate everybody who's hopped on here and watched the episodes with us and watching us live and chatting with us here. I know everybody's probably busy tonight and is gonna go watch that. You know, rewatch it, do whatever you got to do. Stay tuned tomorrow. I'm gonna have a breakdown video on episode 8, and then I'm gonna obviously have some follow-up videos because it's gonna be a dry spell now. We're not gonna have Star Wars for a while. Who knows when the next thing is gonna be? Darth Vader, are you gonna have any content coming out?
Yeah, I've actually been saving my breakdown. I just wanted to have a whole huge compilation of breakdowns for all the episodes because there's been a lot of stuff we missed or found out later. So stay tuned for that, and yeah, go along from there.
You heard it. You heard it from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Darth Vader 23, coming out with content for the whole season. As again, we appreciate y'all so much for hopping on with us every week. Stay tuned though, because next week we will be back with another episode of Talkin Sith, because that's what we do. We stay
talking Sith. We're gonna be talking Sith all day. If you want some Sith, we'll be talking.
Horns up, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Welcome to the show with the eternal Sith. Every visit banger, best believe he don't miss.